Paano mo malalaman kung tumatanda ka na? Pagkape pa rin iniinom mo kahit ang init na. Sarap. What is up, Film Flips? Alan here again from Film Strip Flips, and today's another how-to video on how to CLA or service a Nikon Nikon FM, which is one of my favorite cameras, and I recently posted it as one of my top recommendation for a or for someone who would want to start with film. Right, today I'm going to service just the body. I guess I can make another one for the lens, but today I'm just going to service the body. By the way, they might have, or we might have, a lot of background noise because I'm shooting this video 2 p.m. so unlike the previous episode that I made at around 2 a.m. so there might be a lot of background noise that you might hear. Okay, to start off, we're going to get some tools. Again, with this we will be using a JIS, but you can still use this modified Phillips screwdrivers. And as you can see, I'm already sweating because it's super init since it's summer. What's the temperature today? It's 33. Ganun kainit dito sa workshop. Okay, I'll be using this and also a spanner. Right. And I guess from time to time I'll show some tools that I'll be using with this one. Alright, this is an early model Nikon shutter or assembly that they have. Quite different from the Nikon FM2. Let's see. Let's open this up. Sorry if there's going to be a lot of background noise again, since I'm shooting this on the afternoon, unlike the one or the previews that I've shot around 2 a.m. Okay, so this is the early shutter design or mechanism design on an FM or an FE. Normally, if you take a look on the FM2 or FE2, it has like a lever here that holds this timing gear, but it's basically somewhat the same. We're going to remove this so that we can access the small lever here. Now that's for the for the frame. Alright, and then this arm goes on the mirror. It arms the mirror up. Okay, we'll do that. Alright, and we're going to remove this. Right, as you can see, this is the lever that I'm now telling you about. Right, what it does, when you push it, it rotates this one, and then this is locks the frame whenever it's advanced. So you just need to put a bit of oil there, here and here, and also here. Okay, as always, I'm using a watch oil. If you don't have any, you can use a bike chain oil. That will do. And Let's clean this. Also, if you have an FM or an FE that sometimes gets stuck when you advance it, that's the main problem there, or that's the problem or the issue with your camera, is that this small lever here where a spring is attached, sometimes that gets caught because it needs to be lubed. And before I close it, let's just put a loop. Okay. You don't need to apply a lube or grease on this lever arm, because it doesn't touch the guide here anyway, so it's not necessary for you to put something here. Just get something here. That's an old grease. See? Okay, so we're pretty much done here. You can test the timer, or for the mechanism for the self timer. You can, if you want, put some silicone grease or silicone oil here if it needs to be serviced or self timer is hanging. You can do that. Let me try. See, yeah, the mechanism is pretty much working, doesn't get stuck, so we don't need to apply lube there. Right, so I'm gonna close this up and then we're gonna work on the top. Okay, before we move on the top portion, I noticed that the mirror box has a lot of molds on it. So I think it would be better if we clean this up first before we moved on the top, so that, you know, the dirt won't go back to the prism once we clean that. And I think here, yeah, foam seals has already been rotted out, so I'm going to replace also the seals on the prism. Might be on the viewfinder here as well. Yeah, I don't think it needs an overhaul, but a replacement for the mirror bumper. Let me see if it needs a Lightseal replacement. Yeah, we also need a Lightseal replacement here and here. See, already falling off. Yeah, I'm not going to. Maybe I'll do a Lightseal replacement video on this camera, but not on this video or episode, since it's going to take a long time to do. So I'm just gonna clean this up and I'll show you how to, or what solution you can use to clean this up. Alright, we're going to clean up the adhesive on the mirror bumper, the original mirror bumper. Oh, man. Okay, once you've scraped that off, you'll still see here. You can just pick that up. Man, this really needs a foam replacement. Anyway, we can replace that on the other side once we remove the prism. But on this particular model, it has a gap on the mirror, so I guess they put that on bulb. Okay, the rotted foam seal has been taken out, removed. So the only thing we need to do is to clean up the molds. Here you can see. I'm not sure if it's gonna ping up. Okay, here as well. Here and here. What I use to clean up the gunk here, or the molds, is just a solution of distilled water, 99% isopropyl alcohol, and dishwashing liquid. I normally put it in a bottle, but this is the dishwashing liquid, like an anti-bac dishwashing liquid that you can buy on stores. And then what I do is like 1 part isopropyl alcohol, and then I fill this up with distilled water, and then probably 3 drops or 4 drops of that this dishwashing liquid or gel, and then mix that, and that's what you can use to clean this up. Alright, what I do normally is just to spray that solution on my toothbrush, and then brush that in on the sides, but you have to be careful. I just place that on bulb, alright, so that you can hold this up and the solution won't go to the prism or viewfinder. Okay, let's do that here. Just enough to wet that toothbrush. Don't drench it, you just have to wet your toothbrush. Okay, that's how you do it. And the alcohol would kill that mold for you. Okay, let's wait for this to dry up. See if we're going to do it again. But based on what I'm seeing, I think it's pretty much clean right now. Okay, let's just wait for that to dry up. Alright, so it's dried, and yeah, the majority of the molds have been cleaned off. Well, yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's sticking out, but it already created some stains. But the thing is, the mold is dead since we've cleaned that out. It's just the stains that they left here. So this is good for me. We're going to move on the top portion. First thing you need to do is, we can start with this. Unlatch it. Okay. And then remove this by twisting it counterclockwise. Okay. Let's place it here. Okay, and this one will fall off. Alright. And we'll be using a C-clip plier. And let's remove this cover here. There we go. Set this aside. Need to take this out. What you do is first unlatch the spring here. There you go. Get another one. By the way, you might be asking what's that clicking sound or ticking sound. That's a wind chime that we bought when we went to Thailand. When it was still safe to go out. I think that was 2017 when we went to Thailand. And that's somewhat unique. I'll show it to you if I'll get a video of it. After you unlatch that, take out the spring as well. Alright, and you'll have this and also a plastic washer. Okay, we're going to move on the advance lever. By the way, normally if you've taken out the lock, you might close this, and the only way you can open it is when you've unhooked this one. Right, so you can close it, but if you do, you need a pick. What I did, if you have like a safety pin, just bend the edge so that you can pick it. See, like this, and pick it. That's what I normally do when I've accidentally closed the door on some film cams, because you need to still protect your shutter blades. Okay, and we'll begin with this, or we'll unscrew, but you need to saturate this protective leather accessory leather cover. What you do is to saturate this. You can use 99% alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, but what works for me is just kerosene. Once you have that, we're going to use a spanner. We're going to unscrew it counterclockwise. Make sure that's secure. Okay, once you remove the protective cover or protective screw or decorative screw, you're going to unlatch this by moving it clockwise, because there's a spring underneath this advance lever. Okay. There you go. You don't need to remove this spring because it's attached to it itself here, or it's normally attached on the advance mechanism. Okay, next thing we need to remove is the shutter knob. You actually don't need to set this on a specific shutter speed, as long as you have all access after you removed it. So what I do normally is remove this screw, this one, and then the last one here. Let's try that. Oops. Okay. That's it. Just set it on bulb. Next thing you need to do is to take out the screws. You have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, once you remove all the screws. We're going to lift this up, and watch out for these two tabs. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to heat up the soldering iron because you need to take out this wire. Okay, and again the tabs, you can take that out for safety. Alright, and I'm going to heat up my soldering iron so that we can take this wire out. Okay, always use a hot soldering iron. Alright, also we're going to unsolder this. This is for the meter. Okay, and then we're going to unscrew the viewfinder glass so that we can clean it, take out the rotting foam seal, and then also gain access on the prism so that we can clean those off as well. Okay, you can still see some of the foam seals. We are going to replace that. Now you have to be careful, there is a brass spacer here. Make sure. You can get it before you lose it. Well, I guess this one is pretty secure, so don't need to take that out. But on the FM, they have a wider space. Sometimes you can lose it if you don't get it or put it aside. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, take this out first. Set the springs aside. Try to lift this up. There we go. Yeah, we definitely need to clean this up. That's the cover plate for the curtains. Okay, there are some dusts on the focus screen, but no black dirt is clinging on it, so that's okay. I normally can't wash it with any solution, and you don't want to scratch it. Sometimes even if you're using a soft brush, you can still leave a mark on the focus screen, and you don't want to replace it if you scratch that up, because it's hard to get an FM. It's hard to get an FM focus screen. You can get a lot of FM2s or FE2s for the first version, or the FM or FE, because it doesn't have like a tab that you can grab like the newer models. Okay, once we've cleaned this up, I'm going to put in a new foam seal. There we go. So I'm going to put in a foam seal here and clean this up before we can replace it. I'd probably use a 2.5 millimeter thick foam seal. But first I'm going to clean the prism and also the viewfinder glass. Start with this. I'm going to flatten this up and then use a solution. I'll just get my lens cleaning tissue and fold it on a bamboo skewer. Going to clean the inner side first. Wipe the excess with the lens cleaning tissue. This one. Much better. Now for the prism, I can just drop a solution here. It's not gonna scratch up since you're using your finger. Okay, then wipe it off with a lens tissue. Okay, that's pretty much clean. This. Okay, with the lens cleaning tissue. Alright, repeat it again. I normally clean this twice, because the first one you'll still have all the dusts and grime. By cleaning it 2 times, I'll make sure that there won't be any dusts left. Okay. Also the aperture window, you need to clean that. It's still in good shape. No need to replace it. Okay, before we can get this, install this, I'm going to make a light seal so we can attach the top back. Okay, this is a product that I use, the Lightseal foam. Normally for bumpers and for prism sealers, I use either 2.5 or 2 mm. I buy these Japan Hobby in Tokyo, so I'm not sure if they sell this on their website, but they have an Amazon shop that you can purchase this. But normally, yeah, dogs. But they have like an Amazon shop as well that you can order. But I've ordered this from a friend from Tokyo, and he shipped it out to me. Alright, so we're just gonna measure it using this. Okay, that's what we need. Okay, so I've cut it to size, and I'll fit this on the gap. Don't worry, I'll make another video on making light seals or light seal repairs, because that's also one of the requests that I get. So I'm going to do a separate video for that. Okay, instead of removing the whole assembly here, just going to slowly fit this in. Alright, there you go. That's how you do it. As you can see, it's already fitted here. Alright, so we are going to place the prism. Don't forget the plate here. And we're going to swoop this over here. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to secure the prism. My daughter is awake from her siesta, so any moment soon she might be barging in. Her mom doesn't want her to eat ice cream. Okay, let's just latch the spring. There you go. I think she already found the ice cream. This workshop is just beside the kitchen. Yep, it's clean. The only thing we need to do is to resolder the head, the plate, and also the meter here, and then close it up. Alright, so I have the soldering iron hot now. So but before we do that, we're going to clean the counter, the frame counter first. Alright, and then we're going to resolder the flash sync cable, or the flash wiring cable, or wire. Okay, this one. You have to have your soldering iron pretty hot. There you go. I only use the Chinese brand because it's cheaper, and if I have the money, I guess I'll purchase a Weber, but for now that works. Alright, let's clean up the access windows as well. Alright, and then place it back. Put this in place so we can close this up. Okay, make sure it's set. Then we can put this black spacers here. Okay. We can also clean this before we put on the accessories. Just put some body cap. I've already cleaned up the top using the same solution that we used on the mirror box. Okay. Okay, then follow it up with just distilled water and another isopropyl alcohol solution. And wipe it with a clean rag. we are going to put in the screws, secure it. Alright, screws are in place. Next thing we need to do is to replace the shutter knob cap. So screw that in. Yep, that's my daughter. Our room is just below my workshop. Yeah, I guess that's the new norms for work from home. Okay, can now secure this decorative screw. Not too much. Alright, we're going to open the film back so that we can replace the lock. Okay, just put this underneath. Wait, I need to lock this up with this, the plastic screw and plastic washer. Plastic washer in place. There we go. Okay, and we will attach the spring. Secure it first so that it won't fly out. Okay, and then this lock. Say hello to the neighbor's dogs. There we go. Okay, just need to put in the cap. Okay. And then lock it up with a C-clip. Okay, and we will replace the rewind knob. Okay. Okay, everything is set. Now I think we only need to clean this up. And again, I will be changing the light seal on this one on another video. Okay, for now, this one is clean. But I still need to replace the bumper and also clean the mirror. And a solution for this. Okay, then dry it up with a lens tissue. Be careful not to hit the focus screen. That's clean. Now we will be replacing the mirror bumper, but I need to clean this up first with some 99% isopropyl alcohol. Just to clean that up, see? Okay, I went ahead and already cut a mirror bumper for it, but I think I still need to adjust it because it has some like a ledge there. What I do is normally cut it to fit. I have to be precise since the majority of the bumper will hit on the center. To finish this up, since my daughter is asking for someone to play with. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you have the bumper installed. Okay, and that's how you service an FM. Everything's clear, cleaned. Shutter mechanism has been serviced. Mirror bumper has been reinstalled. Only thing we need to do is to replace this one. I normally use a contact adhesive, not too much. Dab. Since this is a contact adhesive, you would need to wait for like 5 minutes for it to be somewhat tacky before you glue it together. Okay, that's the only thing you need to do. We are pretty much finished with this camera. I guess the next thing I need to do is to clean the lens for it so that we can send this back to its owner. Okay, so I'll just wait a couple minutes for that. Anyway, if you find this episode useful, you can hit that like button, and also if you want more of these videos, you can just go ahead and subscribe. And again, as always, we have a lot still coming on this channel, and I don't know, the cameras are already here. We can give the camera, or we can do the camera giveaway, I guess, once we hit that 200 subscribers. I'll announce that on our next episode. But again, if you have any request, or if you have any cameras that you want us to service, alright, just write that on the comment section. We'll be glad to hear from you. Alright, so again, this is Alan from Film Strip Flips, and you have a good one. Yeah, this one is tacky. There you go. Thanks for watching.